All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures. An ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And today on our little Wednesday Quickie here, I am going to, I wanted to talk about something that one of our guests mentioned, and I'm probably going to jump around to different little subjects, but this one right here, this one hit a nail.
Okay.
So we're going to be discussing how compersion and how those feelings kind of overthrow you. So like, how do I put, when you have feelings and you don't know how to express them and your other partner pretty much is not understanding.
Yeah, I think I understand where you're getting with this, because what we were basically talking about was, in this particular situation, people come into the ethical non-monogamous space and they hear compersion. And oftentimes they hear compersion from people who are more advanced or maybe don't struggle with jealousy.
Yeah.
Something that's natural. It's not natural to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem that a lot of people are forgetting, is that compersion is not natural to everybody.
Exactly. And so I wanted to talk about like the fear of it all.
Now, for those who are just tuning into us, what exactly is compersion?
So compersion is feeling happiness for your partner. So it's like when Adam has a fun time, I'm happy for him. Like, I'm happy that he's having that. I'm compassionate about his feelings, and I guess I'm understanding of it.
Yeah. Well, so the actual definition is, compersion is the feeling of joy or happiness one experiences from seeing a loved one, especially a romantic partner, happy, particularly in their intimate connections with others, often described as the opposite of jealousy. But we know that that's not necessarily the opposite of jealousy.
No. So I do not have compersion for my husband. And it takes a lot of, and I'm not saying that I don't always have it. I just, 90% of the time, I have no compersion for whatever you're doing. It takes a lot of self-reflection to have a tiny grain of compersion for you.
I've seen that. And it's so funny because we've had these conversations before. You and I are so different on this.
We are.
Because I think I've told you this before.
It's the predator.
I don't know. It stopped. That was weird. I think I've told you this before, though, that the way I view it is, a win for you is a win for us.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have, say, there's a fantasy that you have, and somebody comes along who can get you to experience that fantasy or give you a great experience, and I'm not involved in it in any way.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm like, oh shit, you got your experience. Good for you. I mean, bummer it wasn't me that did it, but
okay.
Cool.
I do the bummer it wasn't me, you did it. Period. So
and
like,
you focus on that
and I focus on that
instead of the win.
It's like, it's like, well, if you wanted to pursue that, if you wanted to do that, we could have done it together. So that's where I go. Like, why didn't you just try it with me? And why didn't it happen with me when you have all this, all this awesomeness at your hands?
Yeah.
All this greatness right beside you.
With that being said, why are we even in the lifestyle?
Yeah, no, I mean,
exactly. I mean, with that kind of mentality of thinking, there's no reason why we should even be non-monogamous.
It's
Like, I have the perfect partner and I have everything that I need. Why do I need to experience
it's
anything
not even
else?
that. It's I want to be the first, right? So that was a lot of the things. I want to be the first. I want to be the first. But talking about the compersion part,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to, I can't, it doesn't come naturally to me.
No.
Jealousy, territorial, possessiveness comes very naturally to me. And to kind of sit back and find those winning, oh, you won feelings is hard sometimes. For me, it's hard.
Yeah. Because you would rather see me unhappy
No,
and with you.
no, not even that.
I'd rather you be miserable with me than having a good time with other people.
Period. Wait, what did
Oh
our
my
first guest,
God.
what did our last guest just say? I mean,
Gratitude.
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 It's
You show gratitude
no,
to the fact that
am
they show the affection to you.
yeah, what I wanted to say is I've learned to navigate through that. So I wanted to let everybody know that it's a very hard thing. And is it cultural? It could be. It could be very cultural.
I
I
think
mean,
it exists in every culture.
it does exist in every culture, but I want to say for me, it is cultural. For me, it was something that I saw my parents go through. My mom was a very jealous, possessive, controlling person, but my dad allowed that. My dad embraced that. My dad liked that. So I have both of those qualities in me. I like when my partner is jealous, but I am also a very jealous person.
Yeah.
But in the 15 years that we've been together and the time that we've been in the lifestyle, I want to say that I have finally grown. I finally understand I don't always have to have it. I don't have to have compersion. I don't have to always throw balloons and have a party on every win that you have.
Yeah.
I just have to be okay with it. I have to
You have to be
now
okay with yourself.
I have to be okay with myself. I have to figure out why am I feeling jealous at the moment if it's a jealousy or like yesterday we were driving to the club and Adam said, "So what did you think about today because we had a play date?"
We had a morning
We
play
had a
date
morning play
with a
date.
woman.
Yeah.
And so that was the part that I was kind of struggling with because we've had play dates with other guys, with other couples, and you're in this for your experience with women.
Mhm.
So oftentimes whenever we've had experiences and you're with a guy, it's
It's
not
like,
normally the greatest. It's pretty average. And you're like,
yeah.
well, you're the best that I've ever had. So, like, it's no big deal. Okay, whatever. But this particular play date was one that doesn't happen very often. And that was literally just a threesome with another woman
Yeah.
and a woman that we like as a friend
Yeah.
and a woman who's very good at the sex.
Yeah.
And it was, I was pretty happy about the experience.
Yeah.
And so I was looking forward to having this conversation with you
Yeah.
and you never brought it up, and
I
it
never brought
wasn't
it up.
discussed.
And so we're driving and you're like, it's kind of hard to have a conversation with you about this because, and I could tell that it was a disappointment. And we talked about it and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
I
worked it. And
wanted
I
to
was like,
share it with
okay,
you.
I
So
get
my
it.
thing was like, I was like, I obviously I want to share with you when I've had good experiences
Yeah.
because you're my best friend and you're my wife, and I want to tell you, oh yeah, I enjoyed this, and I had because I you're my champion. You're supposed to be cheering me on. You're supposed to be like, dude, that's freaking great. I'm so happy for you. And so I want to be able to come tell my best friend, hey, I did this or I did that, and I had a great
Yeah.
time. And then we had this play date, and I thought that you were going to be excited about it. I thought there was going to be a lot of good conversation. Oh,
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself and this.
And
And I asked
there-
you, I was like, how did it go? And what did you think? And you were like, it's good.
yeah,
And it was literally, it was like asking my teenager how school was.
that's good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was
And
such an just you were not present. It
yeah.
was not in the moment.
And it's not, I said that and then you stopped and I could feel the air change. And then I was like,
I was bummed.
you were bummed. And then we talked about that. And I was like, okay. And so I had to break my thing. And so for that situation, it was a fun situation. It was a fun date. It was a fun playtime. It was great. The energy is, she likes both of us. We
It
all
was
had an orgasm.
it's an
Like
ideal situation.
it
All
was
of us
great.
came.
It had nothing to do with the situation. I just am I'm in another world constantly. When I have time to just think, I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about, did I water my plants? I'm thinking about, geez, did I water my plants at work? Oh man, I have to go back to work today. Did I do I have a shit ton of things. So there's no room in there for me to have a conversation
And see, but see, that's
but that's a tough one.
because you're
No,
not
no, no.
present.
So that's what I'm saying. After you and I talked
Yeah.
and you said that to me, I was like, oh shit. Okay. Now in my head, I am going to make a compartment for conversations like that because one, I want to have, I want to break out of my shell of always thinking and overthinking things that have nothing to do with the situation. Right.
I didn't understand.
So like I'm trying, like I have ADHD. So I'm trying to like in the moment, I'm trying to think of the moment that you and I are having.
Okay.
So like I'm really trying to compartmentalize every situation in my head.
Yeah.
So now I have a little compartment in there that says Boo Bear wants to talk about fun stuff.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's
that's the
one
idea, right?
it's a
We should be
turn on
talking
for
about
you.
it. It is a
And
turn on.
so that's where I'm going to have more compassion
Yeah.
and I'm going to be more grateful that we can have these experiences together.
Yeah.
But I wanted to like let you know that it's not and let other people know that it's a growing situation. So like you really have to stop and
Be
figure
intentional.
out yeah, like your thoughts have to be intentional. You have to engage and that's one thing that I struggle with a lot is not having compersion, but it's okay. It's okay to not have
Yeah.
compersion because as you can see, we are still happily married, right,
Yeah.
honey?
Yeah. We're both. I'm not miserable at all. No,
No,
we
he's
are.
not miserable.
We are actually, legitimately, we are in a happy relationship,
Yeah.
and it's taken some compromises from both of us,
Yes.
where we both have to meet in the middle. You give up
Yes.
some, I give up some, and we meet in the middle,
And
and it's possible, and it's
and
communication.
and it's communication. And I also have to be very grateful and understanding that he has grown. Adam has grown because after the play session, we did not talk about it. He waited for a specific time to bring up the conversation because he felt you already knew that I wasn't in the mood to talk about it.
Yeah, no, it was
From the moment that it
hilarious.
ended. And it was me processing. It was just me processing. And the fact that you understood that is very nice. Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Like you could read the room.
Well, I had to, and
Yeah.
that my
And then
my
you
head,
listen.
I knew from that point on that I was going to talk to you about it because I want to be able to talk to you about my experiences.
Yeah.
We do the friends with benefits dynamic.
Yeah.
And so if I have experiences with other people without you there, I want to feel comfortable enough to talk to you about it because if I don't talk to you about it, I'm going to end up keeping it inside. And if I keep that inside,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start keeping other stuff inside too. I'm going to stop talking to you about things.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we're not talking about who we're talking to. We're not talking about the conversations that we're having.
Yeah.
And it just becomes habit to not be as open with each other.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to go back to that.
Yeah. It's not a fun experience. And you also asked me, he and I are very different. We are very different.
Yeah.
I love the lifestyle. I have no problem with the lifestyle. I love playing. I love having different experiences. I love sharing them with my partner. I love sharing them with my friends.
This is breaking news.
Nothing about that. Do not have sex on my mind 24/7. Do we have a podcast? Yes. Do we have show? Yes. But I am thinking about 10,000 other things at the same time. So if you get me in a very sexual mentality, good for you. Good luck.
Gosh.
Okay, so yesterday, randomly, we're parked, and he looks over at me and he says, "Do you not lust over anybody?"
Well,
And
so
then
like you gotta
started
understand that
laughing.
there was a frustration. So we're sitting there in this empty car in front of a sex club, waiting for them to open so we can go inside and party and have sex with people.
Yeah,
And we're sitting there
yeah,
and it's quiet.
yeah,
Like you could cut the silence with a knife. And we're sitting there and I can hear this whole conversation playing out in my head. And I know that I lust after, I have a list of women.
yeah. And
Right.
I do not.
And so like I have there are women in my circle that I'm like,
Yeah,
I fantasize about her. Oh, I want to be with her. Like that's like
Yeah.
I can pull out names out of a hat easily. And I've tried to have these conversations with you. It's like, so if you could have sex with anybody that of the people that we know, who would you appeal to, or who? And it's like I've always gotten the same answer, which is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think about that stuff.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
I do.
so and we've had this conversation. You're like, "No, I feel like an asshole." It's like, don't feel like an asshole.
I feel like an asshole
I
because I think
just
about it. And
I have 1,000 other things going through my brain.
yeah, but so do I. But the
Now,
difference is that I push it away because the sex is dopamine. The
and
thought
for
of
me,
sex it takes me away from reality, which right now my reality is sex. It's this podcast. It's
yeah.
the work that we put
And
in.
so for me, it's very different.
Yeah, for you it's
Well, because yeah, because I'm managing so many other things.
yeah.
So like, but so then we were talking and I was like, no, I do lust over people, but it's in the moment.
And then it's
So we
clear.
were at the club yesterday, right? And I was like, ooh, okay, I would like to have sex with that person. I would like to have sex with that person. Ooh, that would be good.
So I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
If you were having those thoughts last night, why didn't you openly talk to me about it in that moment?
I don't know.
See, that's the problem that I have.
I
That's the problem that I have.
honestly,
So when
yeah,
obviously we had this conversation before we went into the club,
yeah,
you know, I am yearning for you to communicate
yeah,
your lusts and your fantasies. Like for the longest time, I used to ask you about your
yeah.
fantasies and you'd be like, I don't have one. I just want to be with you.
Like I
So
have
what?
now. So
I'm an asshole because I'm thinking about somebody else and I want to do something with
so
somebody
remind
else.
me when we're in bed to tell you my fantasy because oh
No, because when we're going to lie in bed, you're going to be eating something and you're going to be going, I don't remember what you're, I don't know. I can't think. These things are fleeting. They're gone. You're eating your cereal. If you don't tell me things in the moment, you're not going to remember them later.
do you want me to tell you
And
now?
no, well, no,
You want me to
actually,
whisper
no,
it in your ear?
no, that's not going to do me any good. I would have liked to have known it last night.
Yeah.
And had I known it last night, I would have pushed for you to get your experiences. Instead, we're just sitting there and we're people
Well,
watching.
it
And I know I have my eyes on certain people, but then I think that you don't have your eyes on anybody and you're just attached to me. So obviously, I don't want to break away from you.
yeah.
Like, there's a whole bunch that just kind of points some
Okay.
arrows at me
Yeah.
for being an asshole for feeling the way I
I
feel.
don't think you're an
Like,
asshole.
I am interested in this girl and I'm interested in that person and I want to do this and I want to do that. And then I ask you and you're like, I just want to be here with you. And I'm like, well, shit, I am an asshole husband that
I
my
did not
wife
say that.
only wants to experience things with me. And I'm over here going, oh, I don't want to be with that girl over there.
God,
Oh,
you're such an asshole.
this is what I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna try to get better at that now that I made myself a little compartment for you.
Yeah, it would be nice if you got like you're a great communicator, but there are things that you do not communicate,
I
and
just
that is one
don't
of them.
I will do I will try to get better at that. I just don't it has to be and for me it has to be brought up in a time where I'm not stressed out.
But that's all the time.
No,
And like even when we don't have stuff to worry about,
I'm
you're
worried
worried about stuff.
yeah.
You are always stressed.
Yeah. No, but I mean like I can paint you a picture. Like we have to be in bed and you're kind of touching me and then you kind of like ask me and that works. It works. It has worked before. I just have to really learn to be more
Yeah, no.
okay, fine then. All
Doesn't
right.
always
Well,
because
anyway,
you
so
used to
then,
say
yeah,
that about talking about it during sex.
yeah.
And then I would try and talk to
You
you
said
about
that
stuff
during
during
sex.
sex. And there's been times where I have to read the room and I'm like, yeah, she doesn't want to talk about that right now.
Is it at 6 in the morning?
It's whenever we're having sex. I mean, pick a time.
All right.
You know, it doesn't really matter.
I was gonna try to do a little bit better, but
Oh, so you're giving up because I
well,
can't have a conversation with you? So this is the problem. You understand? And this is what a lot of couples have issues with
yeah.
is a shutdown.
Yes.
Because I don't agree with you, then you're like, oh, well, I tried.
Well, no, it's
Screw
not
it.
that you don't agree.
No, you know, there are so many divorces that are
It's
happening
not
in the lifestyle because people do
it's
not
not
listen to each other. Things shut down. The communication does not happen.
yeah. I'm telling you that I'm going to do better at it.
No, I understand that. And because I'm interjecting to
Are
give
you
you,
saying
to tell you
well,
why.
we've tried this
Yes, and
that
it's a conversation. So if I say something in conversation, that shouldn't be your number one reason to go, okay, well, obviously this isn't going to work then, so I'm just not going to do it.
well, I mean, I'm
Now,
still
if you're
gonna
going to
do
say
it, but
that,
I'm not gonna talk about
yeah,
it.
but if you're going to say that, then that's your way of justifying not doing it. Do you understand? It's the negative connotation of it all.
Yeah.
You have this negative thought about it, and you're going to put a negative spin to it, then you're not going to do it.
But I was doing a positive spin on it, and then you threw in your negative spin.
I was having a conversation. We were having a conversation about it.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that I was having to uplift you in that moment and go, "Oh, great, you're going to do this. This is wonderful now."
Yes.
No, we're having a conversation about it, are we not?
I think I need the uplifting.
Okay, well, you should have said that from the start.
I think
That's great. I am so excited that
I
you're
think
going
it-
to make these changes. And really and realistically,
I do
I am
need a-
excited that you're going
yeah.
to make these changes, because for people who are listening to this is airing at the start of the new year, or
Uh-huh.
the end of 2025, the start of 2026. And you and I, we always do our what we want to change for the year. There's always something that we're going to focus on individually
Yes.
that we want to change.
Yes, because you blew my mind with something that you said.
What did I say?
Because I told you that I never reach my goals.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know. I can't even tell you, have I reached a goal yet? I have not. And you said,
Well, you just got to do shorter goals.
you're like, do little tiny goals. And I was like,
You know what I view it as? You remember the old the Super Mario World on Super Nintendo?
mhm,
And you had all of the, so you could see the big castle far away,
yeah,
but then you had all of these stops that you had to go along the way, and
Yeah.
every stop you had to win at that
yes,
to move on to the next one.
yes,
It's the same thing with your goals. If you think of it as Super Mario World, your goals, your main goal is way over there at that castle under, past all those hills.
okay,
Along the way, there's all these little stops that you have to
Yeah.
stop. Those are your shorter goals.
yeah,
Those are the ones that you work on in the moment, that you try to attain. And once you attain them, you go, got it,
Yeah.
moving on.
I like
Let's
that.
move on to the next one. And then before you know it, you're at the castle and you're looking back and you're going, holy shit, I'm here.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
And I've knocked back a lot of different things. It just takes being present. And that's the hard part for you. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
It does, no,
Because
that's not negative for me.
you are everywhere. Like, you have a lot of stuff that you're thinking.
I do. And I hold myself at a very high area. Like, what do you call that? High little pedestal?
On a pedestal?
I don't know.
You put yourself on a pedestal?
I put myself on a pedestal. Like, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything and I'm saying everything, and that my work relationship is good, my home relationship is good, my relationship with you is good. And so, yeah, I have a lot of.
Dude, you're talking to a perfectionist, man. And I understand that. And I'm
No,
not saying
yeah.
that I'm perfect at what I do.
No.
I'm saying internally,
Yeah.
I am a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I want to do a great job. I want to do the best, but there is something that I learned as a musician throughout the years. And I think you've heard me say this whenever I've had to do a gig or I've had to
Yeah.
sing for whoever. You can plan and practice and prepare only so much. And then when you're in the moment, you have to be of mentality that things could go wrong.
Yes.
And if they go wrong, you just dance your way out of it
Yeah.
and you just keep moving.
Yeah.
Because I've had concerts where I've prepared and things were perfect. And in the moment, at the performance, things happened that screwed things up, and
Yeah.
it didn't go my way.
Yeah.
And I could have sat there and I could have just made my life just mourn this situation.
Yeah.
But it happens. It's just you work your way through it and you move along. And I think that you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
I do. And so I'm sometimes just not present. Like, my brain just takes off.
Yeah.
And so I made myself a little compartment. It's in my brain. It's right here. It says Boo Bear. And I'm going to try to be better. Like, I do not always have to have compersion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't always have to enjoy your wins out loud.
True.
But having conversations about them, talking it through, and just being open and transparent is what it's what I'm really, I mean, I'm already open and transparent, but to bring that part of me to you
Yeah.
is what I'm going to really work on. So,
I think there's something that's real pivotal for both of us to remember every day. And that's that you and I are just different.
yeah,
As similar as we are, and we are very similar. We're similar in so many aspects.
Yeah.
But we are different. We are different when it comes to non-monogamy and
Mhm.
what our preferences are and what our likes are and what we don't like. We're just different people.
But we're different in a lot of things.
Yes.
Like, we are
Yes.
totally different, and it was so funny because we were talking about this last night. We're like, "Wow, we're just so different." We are. We're different in the way we raise our children. I mean, we do it together, right? So it took a lot of us talking about it to get to this point. We raise our children differently. You have different values. I have different values. We clean the house differently. We do our laundry differently. We do a lot of things differently. What you feel is important isn't the same thing that I feel is important, but we make it work. And if we make everything work at home, we can make this work. And it has worked. It has worked for this many years. I am not unhappy. I am in a very
Yeah.
happy marriage. I'm in a very happy relationship. I'm very happy with myself. I'm very happy with my life, period. I could change some things, but nothing here. Nothing here. Like, this is 100%
Relationship.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good. I could work to do better on certain things, and that is one of my goals for 2026 is to make little tiny goals, and that one right there is to be more open and not I see negativity in a lot of people, and that's just me. I see red flags in everybody. But when somebody upsets me or when somebody does something to that triggers me, I have to learn to just move past it and not think, oh, they did that on purpose.
Huh.
Because had somebody known that they did that, they wouldn't do that. And
Right.
so,
There's a lot of stuff that have been misunderstandings or
yeah,
miscommunications, and for both of us,
yeah,
where we've just been like, well, screw this. I'm walking away from that. And it's
yeah,
like, oh, that was a misunderstanding.
yeah.
Okay.
And because negative things will stay with me longer than the positive stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's really something big to work on.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And I think it's totally doable. For me, the thing that I'm working on this year, because a lot has happened in this past year and the podcast has really taken off, things are changing. And, since getting laid off in August, this entire world, the lifestyle world, the podcast world, this is my home now. This is where I live
Okay.
and content creation and all of that. Evidently, I have a little bit of ADHD, a little bit. And I struggle to focus a little bit. I struggle to get my time management
Uh-huh.
on the level. And so that is my focus in 2026 is to get myself 100% on a good system, a time management system. I've already worked on my calendar and I'm ready to get things going.
Mhm.
Also, the other thing that I'm adding to our Beyond Monogamy arsenal is that I am getting back, getting back on my bullshit. I'm getting back into a healthier lifestyle.
Yes. We
It-
both are.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, when I turned 40, I lost a lot of weight because I got afraid. I had a lot of friends of mine that were around my age that were starting to have like
Mhm.
cardiac issues and high blood pressure. And I was like, hell no, I need to fix this. I ended up taking things very seriously. It became more of I don't have a choice in this situation. And I started working out every single day and I became very serious about my health. And I lost over 100 pounds and things went great. And then I lost my job this past year and things kind of went into a chaotic whirlwind, a fight or flight, if you will. And we eat our emotions
We do.
and we are an emotional people. And then something happens when you eat bad food. It makes you want to stay in bed. It makes you want to not get up in the mornings and it makes you not want to go to the gym. And then when you do that for a couple of weeks, then it just becomes justified. And it's like, oh, this is me now.
Yes.
So I am going to be bringing that element into our content creation and just kind of for those people who are interested in a healthier living, healthier lifestyle, maybe talking about fitness and stuff like that. I'll have a little bit of that in there on our YouTube channel and things like that from a different standpoint.
We're not professionals.
We are not professionals, not by any
And
means. What works for us doesn't mean it would
yeah,
work for everybody
I
else. But it's the same thing as our experiences in non-monogamy.
yes.
We are not professionals.
No.
This is our relationship that you're listening to. This is our life.
We're not
This
sex
is
couches.
we are not sex couches, but you can sit on me anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? Uh, y- you know, what we do
Stupid.
and how we do it is it's the map for us, and we're
Yeah.
constantly erasing and changing direction.
Yes.
And that's really the takeaway if you're in a relationship is what works for us may not work for you, but you need to know that there's no set of rules. You make the rules.
Yes.
This is your world.
And you and your partner don't always have to have the same mindset, but you do have to agree.
Yes.
You have to agree. So,
Yeah.
yes, we lifestyle differently.
You have to
But
compromise.
we compromise,
Yeah.
we understand, and we talk. We talk about it. And if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. If it doesn't work for him, it doesn't work for him. Like
Yeah.
it's compromise. And
Know your limits. Also know your hard boundaries.
yeah,
Know what you're willing to compromise with and what your hard boundaries are, because the hard boundaries are not to be compromised. And
Yeah.
if you are at a hard boundary and it's looking like somebody wants to compromise it, you need to speak up. You need to
Yes.
vocalize it.
Yeah.
And ensure that you don't end up in a situation you don't want to end up in. And I think that happens for a lot of people. I think people forget that their hard boundaries should not be pushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Voice your opinions. I don't know what your special thing that you want to work on for the year is. I don't know what you want to do with your 2026. All I know is what we're going to be doing with our 2026, and that's we're going to be working on growing. We're going to be working on getting better.
Yes.
Whatever that means for us as a couple, whatever that means for us individually, we're just trying to better ourselves. And when you try to better yourself and you realize that you are bettering yourself, it's a very freeing and happy feeling to know that, you're here
There's
and
always
you
room
were
for
here.
there's always room for growth.
There's always room for growth.
Always room for growth.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I wanted to share that that's one thing that I am trying to grow and trying to be better at. And
I appreciate that.
thanks.
I do appreciate that. And, I think that 2026 is going to be a very interesting year for us. 2025 was a real interesting year because you guys got introduced to Confident Adam. 2025 saw Confident Adam. And let me tell you,
He needs to go back in his little.
I found out a little something. I found out that I'm a little charming, apparently. I've been told by some ladies that I'm a little charming. And I got to
I've
say,
already told him that he was charming.
this is where we go with the whole compersion thing. It's like, hello, a win is a win for both of us.
Oh.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, keep working on that. It's not 2026, so
Not
she's got some time.
2026
She's got a
yet.
buffer. She's got a buffer. It's
A few
okay.
days.
That's right. You take your time. But 2026 is going to be a big year for Beyond Monogamy. We've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of traveling to do. We're going to be in a lot of different places. If you haven't heard yet and you want to keep up with where we're going, what we're doing, you want to hang out with us, you know that you can go to our website, www.beyond-monogamy.com. You hit that events tab and you have access to everywhere we're going to be.
Yeah.
And, if you want to hang out, that's all you got to do. You just got to show up. That's not bad.
Yes.
But while you're there at www.beyond-monogamy.com, be sure and hit that little merch tab or the store tab, because in the store tab, there's all sorts of merchandise that my lovely wife has created.
That'd be me.
And let me tell you something. If you're a big believer in wanting to wear something that very few people are wearing, the only people that are wearing Beyond Monogamy merchandise are these two people here on the TV.
Uh-huh.
And if you were wearing it, you would be part of the special club. I'm just saying. You could be a part of that special club. That would be amazing.
And also, please keep a watch on all of our social medias. We're going to be doing some little different things, and all of that is going to be growing. We have a group of people that have been joining us, and they're going to be starting to post stuff for Beyond Monogamy and events and stuff.
Yes, lots of big stuff happening.
Lots of different
big stuff. We're
changes.
going to have some really interesting guests this coming year. Our guest schedule is pretty much filled till mid-February already.
So that's
so we tend to keep our shows well greased and oiled. We've got a lineup for the year. I'm literally, getting things scheduled. It's going to be a very, very fun Beyond Monogamy year. So if you are in there, you are following us, you are listening to us, and you want to be a part of us, all you got to do is interact with us, because we're looking for people all over the U.S.
Yes.
that we can make part of our community.
Yes.
that we can turn to and say, hey, we are coming to your town and we would love to hang out, maybe grab a dinner, maybe you could show us the town. If you want to be that for us, you go to that website, you hit us up. You can leave us a voicemail, an email. You can hit us up on social medias everywhere. One last thing, while you're there at the website, Beyond Monogamy Confessional, it's 100% anonymous. You go over there, you tell us whatever you want. You tell us your wild stories, what happened at the club last night. You tell us your real, true feelings about non-monogamy, maybe what's happening in your life, whatever. We can be that person that you don't
I may have to
have
go on that confession.
anybody to talk to. You talk to the confessional. So give it a shot. I guarantee you it is very freeing. You'll love it. And you'll get yourself heard on the show, because
There you go.
that's what these quickies are for. So yeah, be sure and check that out. Also, we're on fullswapradio.com every Thursday from 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. So be sure and check us out there. And as always, we really, really appreciate you guys listening to us and watching us sometimes on the TV. But we really appreciate you guys just being a part of our family, being a part of the Beyond Monogamy family. And with that, we will see you guys next year.
Bye.